Can you turn off pain? Pain as a bug that saves you. Pain is probably the worst interface nature has ever designed. It appears without warning, blocks every other process, and offers no button that says, "Okay, got it. You can stop now." But here's the strange thing. Pain isn't a glitch. It's a feature. Our brain invented it so we could live longer. Without pain, you'd lean against a hot stove, burn to the bone, and never notice. And yet, can we somehow trick the system? Can we hack the brain and press that hidden mute button? Chapter 1. What pain really is. Most people think pain is just a message from the body to the brain. Hey, something's broken. But that's only half the story. In truth, pain isn't in the body. It's in the brain. When you hit your toe on the corner of a table, millions of receptors send a signal through your nerves. But it's the brain that decides how much it will hurt. It can turn up the volume, add a touch of horror, sprinkle in panic, and flash a few memories for good measure. That's why one person can calmly pull out a splinter, while another faints at the sight of blood. Pain isn't a fact. It's an interpretation. Chapter 2. People who feel no pain. There are rare mutations where a person doesn't feel pain at all. A superpower. Only at first glance. These people break bones without noticing they're walking on a fracture. They burn their hands and don't pull away. And in the end, they live shorter lives because pain wasn't punishment. It was protection. Pain is like a fire alarm. Yes, it's loud. Yes, it's annoying. But without it, the house would simply burn down. Chapter 3. How the brain can turn off pain. Our brain can perform one incredible trick. It can switch off pain, if it really needs to. When a soldier is wounded in battle, he often doesn't feel the pain until he's safe. Why? Because the brain decides, not now. We have to survive first. At that moment, endorphins are released, the brain's own narcotics. They block pain signals and create the feeling of, I'm fine. That's why athletes finish marathons with injuries and only collapse afterward. The brain can be ruthless, but also generous when survival is on the line. Chapter 4. Pain without a cause. And now, the dark side. Sometimes pain stays, even when the body is healed. That's chronic pain, a system glitch, where the brain loops the signal like a stuck record. Pain becomes a habit. The brain literally learns to suffer. Scientists found that chronic pain activates the same regions as anxiety, guilt, and grief. So the brain doesn't just feel pain, it experiences it as an emotion. And here lies its deepest secret. Pain isn't a sensation. It's a feeling. Chapter 5. How to trick pain. There are ways to hack the system, and not all of them require pills. Method 1. Attention. When you focus on pain, it grows stronger. When you distract yourself, the brain loses interest. That's why kids get shots while looking at a toy. Method 2. Mirror therapy. It was invented for phantom limb pain when an amputated arm still hurts. The patient looks in a mirror, sees the reflection of their healthy hand, and the brain, seeing movement, relaxes. Oh, everything's fine. The limb works. And the pain disappears. Method 3. Laughter. Yes, laughter. It triggers the same endorphin pathways as painkillers. You could say, humor is a neurochemical aspirin. Chapter 6. When pain is useful. Sometimes pain isn't an enemy, it's a teacher. It says, you're alive, and it matters to you not to be hurt. Pain teaches caution, boundaries, empathy. Without it, we'd be self-destructive machines. Because pain is what keeps us careful and human. And if you listen closely, there's even care within it. Pain is a strange language in which the body says, I want you to live. Epilogue, the mute button. Within. Can you turn off pain? Sometimes, yes, but maybe you shouldn't completely. Pain isn't just a signal of damage, it's the brain's way of keeping us anchored in reality. Without it, there would be no caution, no growth, no experience. But here's what you can do. Turn down the volume. Awareness, focus, humor, meditation. These are the brain's built-in volume controls. So maybe the answer isn't to silence pain, but to learn how to listen to it at the lowest volume.